Oh, God.
Are we rolling?
Rolling? None of that was in there, though. So.
Perfect.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Well, hello. Fancy meeting you here.
My home.
Welcome to One Foot on the Ground.
This is Johnny.
This is Ashley.
Today we are watching
12 Angry Gentlemen. Actually, just men.
No, yeah, not all of them are gentle. Is it 1957? Yeah.
Sure.
1957.
Is it really 1957?
Yeah.
I could have. Oh, yeah, you're right. I could have sworn it was listed differently when I saw it. Do you know I was so concerned that I was watching the wrong one? I was like, oh, God, I thought Jack Lemmon was in this movie. And I was like, I don't see him. Like the whole time. Is
anyone going to leave the room? Is there going to be a new person?
Hello.
A surprise juror.
Surprise! I've been here the whole time. Yeah. Can I start by saying I love the artwork for this right here.
I like it too.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's on the collector's edition DVD that Ashla owns.
Yeah, that's me. In case you guys
Ashla.
didn't understand. Yeah, I'm Ashla. Go, are you going to describe it, or are you now reading?
Am I going to describe the movie?
No.
The artwork.
The artwork you're talking about.
It's red. It has the dagger in question. And it's the scales of justice, or the hanging off the handle. Is that what that's called? Or hilt or handle? Or what is that called? Part of the knife.
I would call it I'd call it a guard.
Yeah,
but it's a switchblade, so it doesn't really have.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't really have.
It ends
that.
here, so that's actually.
Yeah, that's just the.
Those
scales.
are that's the part the scales. A part of the scales.
Yeah. So. Okay.
Let's hear it.
I
wrong?
started this.
Uh-huh.
It's on Amazon. Oh, now it's gone.
Yeah, no. There was something that was happening that was bothering me. Sorry.
Oh, look at those yellow.
The yellow caption
captions.
or the subtitles.
Jeez,
yeah, some old stuff.
Old school.
So this is your first time watching the movie.
Yeah, I watched it in 2 parts because I.
Did you fall asleep?
No, I can't remember. I did turn it off, though. I can't remember why. Well, and I started off thinking, this is going to be boring. I won't lie. I really did. I was like, oh, God, it's just going to drag on and on and on.
Oh.
And I actually did get into it pretty quickly.
Yeah?
After I turned it back on.
For your second go?
For my second round. And
okay.
And I couldn't sleep, and I was like, well, I've got to watch this, so I might as well just put it on.
Maybe it'll put me to sleep.
Maybe it'll put me to sleep. And it did not put me to sleep. I actually loved it. But I was thinking, I really would love to see this remade with an all-female cast. Is that
like
weird?
Ghostbusters? Like,
yeah.
You love,
like exactly the same, like, because it's a play. So I would say, like, leave it like Shakespeare. Don't change any of it. And
just
don't
the
call
same
it
arguments?
something else. Yeah, the exact same
play. And, like, who is it? It's like juror number 10 or something is talking about how his boy was a wuss and then he beat him into a man.
Yeah.
Same conversation.
Why not? Jane Lynch can play that character. Oh, look at that guy. He's cute.
He's a murderer, John?
We don't know that.
I mean, we don't know that he's not that either.
That's true, we do not.
Yeah. Could have said a murderer on the streets. Spoiler.
Spoilers, everybody.
Yeah. So I first watched the movie for school. I think it was a screenwriting class that I had. And I was like, ugh. This is going to be boring.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
I really enjoyed it. And I love all the, like, copies that have happened, like the Amy Schumer one.
Oh
yeah.
my God! Because you texted me this morning to watch, and which I had the middle of the night that I was talking about was actually this morning. It was like 2 a.m. and I was like, well, I can't sleep. I might as well. So I finished watching this, and then you text later that morning saying if you have watched it, and I was like, well, that's convenient because I just did. And you told me to watch the Amy Schumer episode, and it was spectacular.
Yes.
It's so good.
Where they, and those of you who haven't seen it, it's where Amy Schumer is the defendant, and all the jurors are a bunch of men who are debating on whether or not she's fuckable.
Hot enough to be on television.
Well, yeah, and yeah.
And the cast that they got was so good because some of them looked and acted just like these people.
Yeah.
Like, it was fantastic.
And they, like, dedicated...
Even the little nerdy guy. Like, he, I was like, oh my God. Oh, which I have something to tell you about that guy. Juror number 2, which I did remember towards the end who all the jurors were.
Oh, I wrote it down, too.
Because they were in...
Well, they sit in order.
They sit in order.
Yeah, that's
which
convenient
is
for us.
Very convenient. But juror number 2... he's most famous now because I looked him up because he was so familiar to me. I was like, I had to have seen him in something.
Where'd you see him?
I did not. I actually was confusing him with Elijah Cook from Stanley Kubrick films, which he was in The Killing.
Yes, you mentioned that.
Yeah. We did that one.
Yeah.
But,
no, I meant you mentioned that in The Killing.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
mentioned him being in a bunch of Kubrick films.
Yes, but he's just like, he even sounds like that guy. So I was like, oh, okay, that's probably, but he's most famous for the voice of Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. And he voiced that character until he passed away. In like, he passed away in 2008. And I think the last credit they had was actually 2005 for Piglet.
That's a long time.
That's a
long time.
And he
doing
did it
that
from the
voice.
beginning. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And I really want to watch some of those just so I can hear Piglet's voice, because he was very old when he was.
Yeah.
In the end, so I was like, how did he sound different? You know what I mean? Like, his voice has changed.
Yeah.
So was he able to keep Piglet's voice youthful sounding? Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I mean, you know whose voice hasn't changed much? Dolly Parton.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Hers is pretty much the same.
Yeah, she looks different.
Well, yeah.
But her voice
she
does not.
looks science fiction.
Yeah.
In a good way. What's wrong, Chewie? He doesn't like the angry men.
No. He really doesn't.
No. So that's the guy we're talking about. That's Piglet.
Yes.
Which you can't see in the audio, but but he's currently having a conversation with one of the more bullheaded men.
Yeah, he's not juror number 10, because juror number 10 is the racist. Is he juror number 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, 4. No, because
or 7.
Juror 2. No. He's number 4.
12?
No, you're right. No. Oh, I'm so lost. No. He's 4.
Okay.
He'd be number 4.
He could be 4.
Because 2 is Piglet. 3 is the guy with the glasses. And then 4 would be him, whatever he is. The mean guy, the angry one.
I thought 4 was Logic. Maybe. Yeah, no, he's mean. He's the one who beat his son into a man, and then his son doesn't talk to him anymore.
Yeah. Well, I wonder why.
For reasons.
He's probably gay, too, and that's why he wants this guy to fry.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. They're all dealing with some sort of personal bias.
Yes. Which I thought that from the beginning. I was like, well, clearly some of these guys are going to be... Like, literally, when I saw the actor playing the kid that was on trial...
Yeah, you were like,
I was like, uh-oh. I was like, well, they all want him to fry. And I... like,
yeah. If you haven't seen the movie, it's 12 Angry White Men.
12 Angry White... Well, yeah, white men, but one of
French
them...
guy.
Is he French?
I thought he was. He might be.
He's something. He's foreign of some sort.
Yeah.
But it was... I loved how... I really did like how... Good. I don't know how to explain it. It was good. I mean, obviously, it's good.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be.
What did you expect it to be?
I don't know. I thought it was going to be a lot more boring.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be. You know what I mean? Like just the tediousness of it. I was like, oh god, this is gonna be. But they kept it very entertaining. The whole, like, it was like you constant, like, because I like true crime. I listen to a lot of that kind of stuff. So in the end, I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. This is fun. This is good. Solve this murder. Well, and they didn't solve it. So, spoilers, they didn't solve it.
Well,
but
also,
they definitely. It was interesting. Well, I mean, if.
Yeah, and if
it's tricky for the audience because if you
right.
haven't seen the movie.
Well, all right. So if you haven't seen it, basically, we start at the last word in the courtroom, where the judge tells the jury it's time for them to make a decision, and if they find the defendant guilty, then that defendant will be upheld to the highest action, which is the death penalty.
Death penalty. Yeah,
he's going to be electrocuted for murdering his father.
Yes.
But if they have any sort of reasonable doubt, then they must make the verdict not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And so they go into a room, and it's the hottest day of the year, of course.
I was a little mad that they didn't put more sweat in the Amy Schumer skit.
Yes.
Because they sweat like nuts in this movie. I mean, and it made me uncomfortable. I was actually sweating.
I like that there was the one dude that wasn't sweating, and he was like, "Do you ever sweat?" And he was like, "No."
Oh yeah, he sat in his chair pretty much the whole time. Yeah, he is right there.
Yeah.
Glasses.
Mm-hmm.
He was a hard one to read too.
Well, he was the most logic.
Yeah.
He.
Oh, you know what? He is number 4. Yes. So number 3 is the angry dude.
7. All right. So 3, 7, and 10 are the butts. So anyway, these men go into the room to make their verdict, and they all just kind of want to go. One of them has tickets to a ball game. They're all just like, whatever, it's open and shut. One of them is saying like, these people.
Yeah.
Speaking these people comments. And so they all take a preliminary vote. And everyone votes guilty except for one person, and so...
Peter Fonda.
Henry Fonda.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Henry.
The only
dad.
name on the cover.
That's funny, too. Oh, God. That's kind of rude. A lot of these actors are... I've seen them in many things.
Yeah.
It was weird to see chewing the gum at the end of the table.
He looks like the dad from Veronica Mars.
Oh, yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But I was thinking, when I looked up all the actors, I recognized him immediately as an older man. Like, I was not familiar with him as a young man. I was like, oh, weird, look at that, he's young.
Jack Warden, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's who you're talking about, for anyone listening. Yeah.
Yeah, he's... And of course, now I can't think of anything that he's been in, but he's been in a lot of things, but he always has like a white beard and not very much hair.
Well,
like on the sides, he had like the side gray hair.
Yeah.
You would recognize, like if you look him up, you would recognize him. Whoever you are out there. Out there in podcast land.
Yes.
Give him a goog. A googie. A goo-goos. A gee-goos.
Well,
a gee-goo.
A gee-goos?
I don't know. I'm just saying all kinds of weird fucking things.
I hate
what?
That you are so right. All the President's Men, The Replacements, Shampoo.
Oh, yeah, he was in Being There. Yeah.
He was the grandfather in While You Were Sleeping.
Oh yeah. See, that's what I'm telling you. You definitely have seen him in a lot.
Oh, I don't hate him so much.
Of course not. And that was funny too, because like obviously in this one it's a little trickier because he's one of the ones that guilty for the longest time.
Well, he doesn't believe in anything. He just picks a verdict that'll get him out of there sooner because he's got to go to the ball game.
Yeah.
He's got tickets on the hottest day of the year, and there's a storm.
Oh yeah, storm happens too.
Yeah, and he's like, they'll still play.
It's gonna rain today.
Yeah.
And the Amy Schumer, he was going to a Blake Shelton concert, which was really funny.
That parody was so good for so many reasons.
It was so good. I mean, they got it they got it so well. The direction of it, the blocking,
Yeah.
the camera angles, it was all the same. Like they did a brilliant job with that, and they made it
Also-
black and white.
Yeah, and it was...
And Jeff Goldblum's shirt
Uh-huh.
was the exact same fabric because I noticed it in both. I was like, because I loved his shirt in this one. I was like, I love the fabric on that shirt. And then Jeff Goldblum turns up with the same fabric on his shirt. I was like, wow, they did a great job.
They really committed to it.
They
And
really
they
did.
committed a whole 30-minute episode to it.
Yeah.
That
It's
I
the
thought
whole
was a
episode.
risk. It's because it's not something that everyone has necessarily seen. Not that it's not well known. It's like on like the top 100 movie
It's on the
lists all
Criterion
over.
Collection.
Yeah.
Like, notoriously, John used to own it and never watched it.
But
got a
I
good
thought
deal.
that was like a risk because not everyone who watches what was it called Inside Amy Schumer.
Yes. 12 Angry Men Inside Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
Which I loved that.
Yeah. And I thought it was going to be something like
They even got the doors.
raunchier. I love the doors.
They got the doors completely right. Mm-hmm. It was very impressive.
Yeah.
Good for them. Good for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So that's all.
but
End of
basically they're so when the Henry Fonda
episode. It's right there.
says not guilty, basically they have to
Convince him.
well
Why?
they're going to try to convince him
Mm-hmm.
that he's guilty, and he's going to be like, well, you guys need to tell me why you think he's guilty.
Yeah.
So it's like a vice versa, and it just causes the whole thing to, like the good stuff. It causes all the good stuff.
Yeah, and then we learned the case, but we only learned the case through the jurors. We don't know anything about the case. We only
Yeah,
know
we don't-
what's
yeah.
going on in the jury room. Is that what it's called?
Jury, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a jury room. Hmm.
I just think I'm using the word juror too much.
It's written on the door.
It's written on the door, yeah, but I still wanted to use something different.
Oh, the room
The-
of requirement.
The collaboration den.
The toxic masculinity room.
He looks like Piglet. You're right.
Listen to his voice.
But he has to prove otherwise. The burden of proof's on the
Oh,
prosecutor.
of course, he
then-
stops talking
yeah.
as soon as I say
also,
that.
Henry Fonda looks like he is kin to William Dafoe and William H. Macy.
Yeah,
I
could see that.
I just think
Yeah.
he's guilty.
Yeah.
His children were much more attractive than he was.
I think
mean,
this
he's
is
attractive,
noted
but
as like
like-
Henry Fonda's peak attractiveness. If I'm
Really?
remembering correctly, yeah.
Gosh, well.
This is also his only producing credit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had a terrible time, so he didn't want to do it again.
He had a terrible time producing? Why?
I don't know.
That would be
I
interesting
don't-
to know.
Yeah, I didn't really look into it. I just know he didn't have a good time. I think a lot of people
Because
didn't have a good
producing,
time.
I don't think producing
Also-
would be that. I would
Uh,
like to do that.
What's his? Well, he was producing and acting. Maybe he
True.
just preferred acting.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean that could. I'm not criticizing his choice, but I'm just saying like I personally, I think I would enjoy producing. I'd enjoy producing music too, just for the record. I can't write it, but I could definitely produce it.
Maybe he didn't like having to front. No.
No, because a lot of times they don't do
Yeah.
that. I mean, like Sarah Jessica
He
Parker,
took
she
a
produced.
deferred.
She
he
was
had
a
a deferred paycheck for this.
executive producer for Sex and the City, the first movie. So if it bombed, she actually would have taken a hit for that, and she did that on purpose.
Well, this did not do well.
It did not really. Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta tell me more.
Well,
because I watched this and I was like, well, this obvious why this is a classic because it's good.
I think when it originally came out, the audiences were just like, meh. Yeah,
Well,
people didn't really care
I also
for it.
wonder about when you turn plays, popular plays especially,
Mm-hmm.
into films. Like, do they do well? Because I don't think they do.
Well,
I mean, if you look at, I would say, in recent years, Closer, I think did pretty well as a film.
about Death of a Salesman,
I don't know.
I don't know if that did well actually.
That's what I'm
Also,
saying. Like,
I've only ever seen it like a recorded play version. You're right.
Yeah,
like
I
it was like a
don't.
recorded
I don't
stage
know
production.
if they ever do very well because if it's a popular play, you just go see the play. And honestly, sometimes when I see those adaptations,
Yeah.
I think it would work better as a play. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like Streetcar Named Desire, like they cut so much out of it because of the the 1 foot on the ground, right? Like,
Yeah.
because of that, like they cut so much out of it that it was like, well, then fuck you. It's not even the same story.
Yeah, well, the screenplay didn't have many cuts from it, actually. It's almost exactly the same as, what's his name? Reginald Rose wrote it.
Now, is that to
screenplay.
say that the screenplay, is it very similar to the play?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, because this is the kind of thing where you really can't do much with it. I mean, photography-wise you can, acting-wise you can, but I think as far as the writing of it, I don't think there's very much room to change much about it because it's 12 men in a room debating the murder trial. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, I'm trying to think of, like Wit with Emma Thompson, where they adapted that into something more cinematic. That would make sense to have to alter the dialogue and stuff like that to make it work for the film. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But this, you wouldn't have to do that because it's just them having a conversation around the table.
This boy's been hit so many times in his life that violence is
Sidney Lumet,
I can't see.
he did mostly plays. I don't know if he did 12 Angry Men. He's the director of this film. This was his debut film.
Oh, okay.
And much like Citizen Kane, he got an Oscar nomination for it.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
Yeah,
Good for him.
For a debut flick. They didn't win.
Good
They
for
lost to Bridge on
Bridge on the River Kwai.
yeah,
I've
that
never seen
one.
that either.
Me neither.
Oh, that reminds me though. Did you ever see that show? Oh my God, Travels with My Father. I think with he's a British comedian and he brings his father with him, like to travel around the world, and it's hysterical. It's one of the best things. My mom actually suggested it to me. Which
Yeah.
I was like, what? And then when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I can't imagine my mom sitting here watching this. But it's hysterical. I can't remember the guy's name. But the dad is so excited because they're going to, like, where the bridge on the River Kwai, you know, like where it was filmed and the actual bridge and all this stuff. And then when they get there, they find out that none of it was filmed there at all. And he was so disappointed. I was like, oh, you poor guy.
That's really funny. Oh, do you want a Bev?
Oh, I completely forgot. Yeah, sure.
Pick one.
Oh, gosh.
Left or right?
I'm going to go with...
You're gonna go with right.
Oh, I'm so close to the...
I did not mix it.
Ooh. Can they hear that? Oh! That was a beer.
And John's is a full glass of booze and other.
Boozies. I'm boozing it up, yo.
Good?
Nice. Good.
Good. There's like a lot.
What do you mean a lot? Like a lot of booze?
Sure.
Oh,
That
I
too.
didn't. I think it's
It's a lot of everything.
might
Except for
still be at the
ice.
bottom.
Yeah, it might be. Stick your finger in there.
Oh.
Or not.
Or not. I rubbed my nose with my finger
Yeah,
right as she
and
said
there's a huge trail of snot all
Well, no, there
down,
wasn't.
down his forearm. He went all the way.
That's disgusting. That's not true at all. She's exaggerating
They
everybody.
don't know. They don't know whether you're guilty or not guilty.
No. Emma, you gotta
have
prove
to-
my
yeah.
guilt or innocence.
Yeah.
Is there a reasonable doubt, everybody? Press 1 for... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Have you heard him stir?
Oh, that is the fascinating thing about it is like
What?
how they break down all of the evidence.
I'm pretty sure that it would, and I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure if like we were in a jury today and somebody asked for the knife for evidence and then pulled out another identical knife just to provide more evidence to corroborate the case, I'm pretty sure it would be a mistrial.
Actually, yeah. And they
Yeah.
mention that. They say it's illegal. You shouldn't have done it.
Well, they said it was illegal because he's not allowed to buy switchblades. And he was like, so what? You gonna
Wait a
lock me
minute.
up?
Was that the...
Yeah, it was illegal
That was
because
the issue?
he bought a switchblade. Yeah.
It was illegal to buy a switchblade?
I'm pretty sure switchblades are still illegal.
Don't you have one?
Don't.
You almost cut your foot off one day with it when we were sitting here
I'm not that
recording.
reckless. Or that
And
cool.
I mean, but technically, I don't even know if yours is a switchblade.
It's not a switchblade. It's a butterfly knife. Or a balisong.
Well, there you go. I don't know what any of that means, but
a
it's not the same
balisong
thing.
is a...
Well, and I don't understand how switchblades work.
They... You know those cool cones that pop out?
No, I know that. But I
Same
can
for
never figure out,
switchblade.
like, so does it come out the side?
Yes.
Oh, and that's why he was explaining, like, how they open it.
Yeah, you flick
So
it out.
you wouldn't plunge down into somebody with it because you'd have to switch
You'd
your
have to
hands.
push the button with, like, your pinky.
Oh, can you imagine?
I'll kill you.
I'll kill you, beep, beep. That might not work without the visuals for the audience out here. But it was funny.
Trust us.
We were raising our hands in the air and using our pinkies to open up
to open our switchblades.
our switchblades.
Yeah.
You could hurt your wrist though or something. I mean, I feel
Oh,
like that's a
absolutely.
dangerous thing to have. Is that why they're illegal?
Yeah, and that and like the concealment maybe.
Prosecution witnesses to
How they're like concealed and they like pop out and
Oh, give me a fucking break. I mean, what about a Swiss Army knife?
I don't know, why can't I walk around
same
with my
fucking thing.
with my size?
There was a lot of circumstances.
What?
But actually, those two witnesses were the entire case of the prosecution.
Fun fact, when I was a kid I used to collect weapons. It's probably why you see little
I did like in
little
the
things
Amy
here and
Schumer, it
there.
was dildos.
Could they be wrong?
Instead of the switchblade. And he had one in his pocket.
Picked it up at the pawn shop down the road.
I was so excited about that. And the fact that Jeff Goldblum has a dildo in his hand. This is great. Jeff Goldblum's new show is really good, by the way. Have you seen? Oh, you don't even have Disney Plus.
No, I don't have Disney Plus.
I have it.
Why are switchblades banned? I'm trying to figure that out. I think it's just maybe it's racism.
Well, okay, I'm going to say a couple things. So the first thing was when Henry Fonda pulled out the switchblade and stabbed the table with it next to the other one. I had to pause it at that moment to go get Jason. So I was like, oh, what a big reveal! And then I had to pause it immediately, and I kept thinking like that he just happens to have the same blade.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like then when I got home and I resumed watching the movie, and I heard that he went and purchased one the night before or whatever, I was like, oh, come
Yeah.
on. I was so excited because I thought, oh my God, he has the same exact blade. How crazy is that? And then it was like he went out looking for it. I was like, God damn it. It would have been cooler if he just happened to have it.
I want that switchblade though.
It was nice.
Yeah.
I love the blade.
The little-
Which is
it's
why
like-
the blade on the cover of this thing is so nice.
Yeah, it's a
Now I
little-
know what it means.
I think it's a Korean something switchblade.
It has dragons on the handle.
Yeah. One thing I'm surprised you didn't talk about or haven't spoken about yet when you watch the film is like all the different camera angles and how they use it for the film. All right.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, it starts above eye level, right?
Mhm.
Because because it's just 12 people in one room. The director
Well, you
had
have
to
to
like
get
figure
creative.
out how to create tension, and so deliberately he starts out filming above eye level, and then he brings it down to eye level, and he starts like once everyone is like getting like really aggressive and whatever, it's like all the shots are below eye level, and he's shooting.
He also
like,
goes
down
in
and
for a
out.
lot of close-ups.
Yes, and for those, I hate the close-ups, by the way.
Yeah, I don't,
Because
think, I don't think they're very effective.
You can tell that they're not.
They're pickup shots.
Yes, so they had to shoot one angle at a time or something. So all the shots, like they had to shoot a person shot like scenes like all at once. And so, or it was some. Wait, hold on. I wrote it down.
Oh, that, and I also would like to point out that if it was modern times, I don't think you'd be able to actually touch the knife. It'd probably be in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't just bring it in with a
Well,
little
they
price
did-
tag hanging off of it. Like,
There's the knife. They didn't have fingerprinting back then.
but they did, no, they did, because they specifically mentioned the fact there was no fingerprints on the blade, or on the knife.
You mean no smudges because it was a nice
Because the
smooth
kid
blade?
supposedly wiped them off, which didn't make any sense.
Honestly,
Honestly-
I might be thinking of like DNA tracking, whatever.
DNA, yeah, they don't have
that
DNA,
they that
for
because
sure.
that wasn't like huge.
Fingerprinting's an old thing.
What's his face? Golden State Killer. They didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like leaving
I mean,
stuff
that's
everywhere.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, there's DNA evidence for nearly every case, but we just don't have, like with the Golden State Killer,
Yeah.
somebody from his family just happened to have
Yes.
put their DNA into the system, which then tracked it, and they're like, bing, hello, there he is. But if a killer's family never does that,
Then we
and
can't.
he's
Yeah.
never been arrested for anything ever, then you're never going to have that.
Well, right.
So, I mean, seriously, I do want to do that. I want to turn my DNA in. If one of my family members is a murderer, fucking lock that bitches up. I'm serious. That's the
What?
only reason I want to do that.
Was it not through? I could be wrong, but I remember I read Michelle McNamara's book. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yes, Patton Oswalt's.
I listened to the audiobook.
Yeah, I did too. Loved it.
Very good.
The Golden State Killer, fun fact, was caught while I was, or like 2 months before I read the book. I did not know he was caught. And
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. Or it may have been while I was reading the book.
He was caught right after I read the book. So I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I was reading it and I was talking about it with someone and they were like, oh, that guy they just caught? And I was like,
What?
like, they ruined the ending to a book that didn't have an ending.
Well, yeah, the book didn't have an ending
Yeah.
either. Yeah.
But she talked about wanting to get his DNA and put it in the ancestry like websites.
Which you
yeah.
can't do.
Right,
Yeah.
because she didn't have they had like what, semen.
They had a lot of stuff, whatever. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He left his
But-
DNA.
but
He
he had
was
something
willy-nilly
very-
with his DNA. Just all over the way.
It
My
didn't matter.
favorite part about that whole crime, or not, I mean, obviously I don't condone any of the crimes, but
but for those of you listening,
love
this is his favorite.
that he had a tiny penis. It's my favorite detail. I'm like, and I'm
Well,
glad
he also
we're
seemed
bringing
to
it
be
up
mad
now
about it.
because I feel like the more people know, the happier I get. I'm like, yeah, you had a teeny ass dick, you son of a fuck. What an asshole. What a piece of shit. I mean, not just because of his tiny penis,
Also,
but like,
it is kind of fun to know that each person that he offended, that was like their one,
that was like their thing.
their
It was like,
keynote.
"Oh,
He
had
also had a small penis.
We're laughing at you. God, I hope he gets podcasts in prison. And he listens to ours thinking it has
Oh.
nothing to do with him.
Also flattered.
Very nice of you.
We've reached the golden.
We've reached the golden. Well, that's not flattering. Fuck
Yeah.
him.
Well, we
You can go ahead and die.
All right, fine.
He's
know,
not worth.
celebrity.
He's not worth the spit he left in his crime scene.
Stop it. Hated that.
Okay, guys, enough about that. Wait a minute. Why did we bring that up?
Knives?
Why do we bring up the Golden State Killer?
We brought up DNA.
Oh, the
and
DNA
fingerprints.
because
fingerprints on the blade.
were not on the, or fingerprints were on the blade, but DNA obviously is not a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Like the evidence in this case against him were bad. It was just bad. Like I was like, this could be disputed very easily, which they do. They
Well, it also could easily. He could easily just have gotten a guilty verdict.
he could have, yeah.
Yeah,
If
but-
Peter Fonda, or not Peter, if Henry Fonda
If
had,
William Dafoe hadn't defended him so valiantly.
yes, if he hadn't, then yeah, I think that's true. He probably would have been put to death. Which
Well,
is
yeah.
sad because if you think about, this happens in real life all the time. Innocent people get put in, and get killed
Yeah.
or die in prison. And then it's like, oh, by the way, oh, yeah, he was innocent. Or it's even worse when they know he's innocent and they can't get him out of jail, which has happened many times. It's like,
Who's the guy who does?
there's somebody right now that's happened too. I think it was the, it's the,
The guy who's told that story a bunch of times on the moth.
no. Oh, what is it? The
kids
two
that had a Netflix
women
series.
that were put away for supposedly molesting a girl.
Oh.
And it turns out, like, surprising, they didn't do it. And one of them is out now, but the other one, they can't get her out because of stupid bullshit technicalities and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, she's still there. Isn't that fucked up?
That's. I wonder what's holding her back.
I can't remember. Whatever I listened to stated very specifically what it was, and it was fucked up. But I don't know the details. I'm never going to retain that much information. But I was also going to say, like, on this, in this particular case, well, I mean, in any case, I would never be able to be on a jury because I have a strong opinion. Like, for everything. And with this one, I was with Henry. Like,
The
I
whole
didn't even
time?
the whole time. I was like, as soon as I saw that little kid, I was like, oh, he didn't do that.
Nah, they let a murderer back on the streets. For sure.
I don't believe it. I really don't. Do you believe that?
No, I mean, I don't think it matters. Our story isn't about the kid.
No.
So I don't think that it matters either
I mean, it
way.
doesn't matter. It's kind of like the sled in Citizen Kane. It doesn't really matter. It's just the way they told the story.
Right.
But at the same time, if this were real, I don't think he did it. And I think that they did the right thing in the end.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, spoiler, he's not killed. But it was fascinating. It was definitely fascinating to watch them all come to that conclusion.
Have you ever been called for jury
yeah.
duty?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But I always have a problem with the case. I mean,
that
technically
what you
on
tell
purpose
them?
because I don't want to do it, but also because I would be that way.
Did you ever opt to get paid? You ever get a paycheck from the government?
Oh, yeah.
How much was yours?
Oh, I don't remember.
Mine was like $14.
I feel like that sounds
And I
about
was
right.
mad because that was a day's pay.
Well, I actually, I don't know if I should say this on the podcast because I don't know if it's illegal, but I got paid for my job too.
That's right. You're not supposed
Because
to get
I don't
paid
think
from
you're
both.
supposed to get both, but I somehow
First
did.
of all, the government thought that $14 was worth my day's wage.
Which, fuck you.
So,
Fuck you. Well, I mean,
you're
fuck
fine.
you.
You're
No, seriously,
fine
fuck
getting, getting
Like,
paid
what kind
by-
of money are you drowning in over there, Mr. $14 for a regular person? Fuck you.
Like, what year is it?
Seriously. That's like those memes going around with the, you do the 10-year challenge where you post like a picture of you 10 years ago and then one current, which I did, you know. I look about the same.
You
only
look
have a
exactly
beard.
the same.
I have a big ass beard though.
But I'm sure 10 years ago, you at some point had a big ass beard.
I had one once. And it was funny because that's the only time it was ever completely dark.
Oh.
I only grew it out once where I didn't have to dye it. During I mean, I don't dye it now, but I'm saying like, because I did for
I've
many
seen
years.
it dyed, yeah.
Yeah. But every time I see a photograph of it dyed, it looks so fucking fake. Like, and I don't know if it's just the picture, because it never looked like that when I was looking at it in the mirror. But
I didn't
every
think
time
your
I see
beard
a
looked fake
photograph
before.
of it, I'm like, oh my god, that looks so fake.
It was probably just because it's so dark and so much.
Well, yeah, and it's such a, because my actual hair is very dark, but it's not black. So I don't use black dye because it looks fake.
Yeah.
But then it turns out it looks fake no matter what. So I use like a very dark brown and leave it on for too long. So it gets very dark.
Oh, okay.
And in case you don't know out there, because I don't know how many pictures there are of my beard on our social medias, but my beard is mostly white. So that's, I think, why in photographs it shows up so odd to me, because the majority of it is like this odd color, And then there's the real color, like, around my mouth.
Yeah, when John's beard starts to get further away from his face is when it gets white.
Yeah, it's super white.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all my chin, jawline, and my neck is all white.
Mm-hmm.
It's very weird. it's pretty,
Yeah.
but it's weird. Anyway, not the point.
Yeah.
Why were we
We're-
bringing that up?
Well, you always bring up your beard in every
No,
episode.
I don't. I don't think I've ever brought it up. I've never mentioned my facial hair ever. Shut up! Shut up!
What did we bring that up for? Knives? Are we still talking about the knife?
Oh my God,
Henry
wages?
Fonda?
Oh, 10-year difference. They said minimum wage. 10 years ago, it's
yeah.
exactly the same. It
Oh.
hasn't changed. It's $7.25, I think, is minimum wage.
Is it? It's not $8.25?
Mm-mm.
Man.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah.
Hey,
The cost of living goes up like
fucking
what?
America.
3%.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I can't with that. I mean, we're not a political podcast.
We are
but-
not.
We're not. But that whole issue is fucked up because the cost of living does go up. It has gone up. Like, if I didn't live with somebody,
Shots of actors filmed separately.
there's
is
no
what
way
I've
that I
read.
would ever be able to afford an apartment. I don't know how you do it. I'm serious. I'm like, how do you afford this?
I sell things.
Luxury apartment.
With a waterfront view.
Yeah, seriously. She's got a beautiful view.
I was also on a wait list for it. This
Well-
place is also known for being a little cheaper, but you gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Well,
I
that was like
waited a
the
few
apartment I
months.
had over the antique shop.
Mm-hmm.
That was like I had to just wait for somebody I knew to move out so I could be like, me! Me! And then, of course, when I did get that apartment, it was a nightmare. It was cheap, but yeah, it was cheap. Like it was like
It was really cheap.
a money pit. I felt like Tom Hanks and
Go on.
Shelley.
Daryl Hannah.
Shelley.
In Splash,
No, what the fuck? No, it was
that you could fit
The
a
movie
large
Money Pit.
tank of water
Are you-
for your mermaid lover.
what is happening right now? I'm trying to say that it's like Money Pit
Like
with
big?
Tom Hanks and Shelley.
Sherry or Terry.
No, Shelley.
Spartan
Shelley.
cheerleaders.
Beverly. Troop Beverly Hills. What is her name? Oh my God, it's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, you can. Yeah, that's enough.
Well, you don't like that.
No.
People like that.
Did they really? Did they comment like, "Could you
Yeah,
please do that again?"
Yeah, keep that up. Keep
You
going.
can stop it now. I want to say Shelley Duvall, but isn't that the name of
Olive oil?
olive oil? Yeah, from The Shining. Shelley Duvall.
Olive oil was not in The Shining, but Shelley Duvall was.
Yeah, I mean the actress.
What are you doing? Stop
I
that.
can't help it. The
Stop
thing's
it.
near me. Get it away. Okay. I was fiddling with something behind us. Which sounds really weird. Crap, what was it? What were we talking about? Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, Shelley Duvall.
Well, then what's the other woman's name?
Oh, I don't know.
Shelley
Lambert.
No. God, well, whatever. That poor woman.
She's done.
She has no name. But I like her, and where is she now? I don't know. No, she's not.
All right, well,
She's very
where is
much
she then?
alive. I
Okay.
don't know.
Scream
Is
Queen.
Shelley Duvall the name of the actress from The Shining?
Isn't it?
I feel like it is, but I feel like there's another Shelley Duvall.
No. All right.
I feel like we're crazy right now. Something is happening.
I'm not crazy.
I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
It's a real concern.
So anyway, so now they're talking about what are they? He's bringing up. Oh, the old man.
Shelley Long.
Shelley Long. Thank you, Shelley Long. I knew she had a different last name. What is wrong? Why are you laughing at that so much? I'm taking off my socks.
Awesome. Because I don't know. This is the woman who was in the Brady Bunch movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what is she doing now? I don't know.
Modern Family.
Is she on Modern Family?
Mhm.
Good for her. I'm gonna.
I think she's like a guest person.
Good
She's
for her.
on Modern Family.
I
know
love
that.
it when I see people I like that I'm like, oh, I haven't seen you in years. I'm glad you got a job.
Wonderful.
She probably doesn't need to have one, but like I think of that with Mike Myers. You know what I mean? Like I thought of him yesterday. I was like, what is he doing? What's Mike Myers doing? But I was thinking,
just hanging out.
that bitch don't gotta make no money.
Yeah, he's just
got
living
that
off
money.
the
He's got
Austin
that Austin
Powers.
He's got the Shrek money. He's got
Oh
the
yeah,
money.
I forgot about Shrek.
Yeah, he's set up for life. He don't have to worry about that. I mean, the Friends people are too, but they keep working. Those Friends people, good God! Have you ever calculated how much money they made?
No, but
It
but whenever
and that's
I see
only that's only the amount that they actually got paid to do the show. Like if you ever add up, because
They're
they
like
have
royalties?
it listed exactly,
Oh,
but
really?
that's not going into the fact that they do get money for like the residuals for
Yeah.
what do you call that? No, when they broadcast it on like TBS or whatever, or even on Netflix now.
When it is syndicated.
Syndicated, thank you. They get that syndication money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the amount that they got paid to do the actual show is one thing, and it's astronomical if you ever total it up. Because they also contracted to get paid the same amount, I think, starting from season 2 on. Because in season 1 they did get different amounts, but then they were like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, but then they talk to each other.
They
Yeah.
were one of the first casts to ever do that.
Yeah, to negotiate their thing.
Yeah. Well,
Their
and
contracts.
to get equal pay for all the main actors.
Mm-hmm.
They were the only group. Well, now they're not the only group, but they were the first to do that.
Yes.
Like, we're all getting paid the same amount.
Good on them.
Yeah, for sure.
Could you imagine the tension it
And
would
then
have
the
built?
millions of dollars per episode that they got towards the end, it's astronomical. And that's what I'm saying. Like, those people don't have to work. They're good.
What was the last show to get syndicated? Two Broke Girls.
Oh.
Two Broke Girls is definitely syndicated. I see it on billboards everywhere.
Well,
Do you think
Big
Modern
Bang
Family
Theory.
is a Big Bang Theory was before Two Broke Girls,
Was it?
wasn't it?
I don't know. Wait, so the last one to get syndicated?
Yeah. Do you think Modern Family syndicated?
Oh,
I
God,
bet it
yes.
will be.
Absolutely.
It's not.
It has to be.
Does it? Can it be syndicated while it's still current? Yeah, I can. You're
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Smart. I mean, it's very smart to get into all that shit.
I would say I would.
Well, and
if
that's
I
why
had to gamble,
that's why
I
if
would
you
gamble
ever
that Two Broke
see-
Girls is the most recent
God,
syndication.
what is that show called? It's such a good fucking show with Aziz.
Aziz Ansari?
Yeah. The show he did on Netflix.
Master of None?
Yes. Oh God, that's a brilliant show. But
How do you syndicate a Netflix show though?
No, I'm not
Oh,
saying
I
that.
was
I'm
gonna
saying
say,
on
ooh,
the
those
show,
people losing out on that
they kept
money.
talking about getting the David Schwimmer money. Like, let's make that David Schwimmer money, and indicating the Friends situation.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, like, well, that would be all of them, not
yeah,
just him.
but David Schwimmer is probably the funnier of the names.
I mean, yes, for sure. I get it. I get that it's just a joke or whatever.
He's
but
also probably done the least sense.
no.
What, you think Matthew
Yeah.
Perry had a TV show?
Yeah, but he.
Joey had a TV show called Joey, which
David
made me think
Schwimmer's
that
been
he
on lots
spent
of
all of
things.
his money. Yeah, but he's not as famous as the rest
He
of
was
them.
just on Will and Grace.
Okay, so I'm still gonna say he's not as famous as the rest of them. I will fight you.
True.
About
I mean,
how
maybe
unfamous
behind the
David
camera,
Schwimmer.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
He directed a lot of Friends episodes. I know that.
Yeah, but I think that his name would be the funniest of the names because he is probably most notable of not necessarily working as much.
Yeah. I would say nowadays Matt would be the one that did, because he ended up having a lot of issues with
Drugs
drugs and
booze.
and stuff like that, and then
He had that on set.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, he did. But I'm saying, like, afterwards it got worse, and then he got help, and he hasn't really done anything. I think the only thing he does now is he tours and does lectures on don't do that. Please don't do the drugs. Please don't do the drugs.
Yeah,
That's
don't
my
do
new hit
drugs.
single. It's gonna be a top 10 hit. That's not a thing anymore. Who cares? How many downloads did you get? How many streams?
Longest running U.S. I know that. Oh, never mind. We're off the subject. I still want to know the most recent
What are you talking about?
syndication.
I mean, I feel like that's still a thing. I don't.
No, I want to know what the last show was. Well, yeah, because it's not as like it's not everything now. Anyway, let's get. Did you know that Sidney
Poitier?
Lumet, the director, made these men run their lines in this room over and over and over again for hours and didn't film it so that they would get that sort of get a taste of what it was like to be cooped up in a room with these people or in the room with each other. Just kind of
Okay.
like build that tension.
I don't see anything funny about it.
Okay.
We did a few things like that.
Tonight could be identified as the one you just.
But yeah, no, it sounded terrible. The rehearsals were 2 weeks long, and the recording, the actual film, took 21 days.
The boy ran out in his
Jeez.
Yeah.
killed his father.
That's kind of long. Especially for this.
Realized he left his
What, the rehearsal or the filming?
mission of panic.
I think both.
Calm enough.
Yeah, well, yeah, both.
I think the
actually, that's true.
rehearsing was long. Took a great bit of time, and then without filming to make them keep doing it.
What side are you on?
Yeah. But yeah, they had to film the shots separately for
The
everyone.
close-ups, yeah.
Yeah, and it seems very obvious.
That guy looks very familiar.
He does.
I didn't look him up.
They all look familiar.
They all do. I mean, obviously, I've definitely seen them in things.
And he's talking about Juror 12.
Oh. Well, you know him really well.
He's at the end of the table!
I'm
And
kidding.
he's the one who goes back and forth
He's very Clark
with
Kent.
he is very Clark Kent. Takes his glasses on and off.
A lot. And
Yeah.
they did that in the Amy Schumer spoof, too. I'm telling you, that was a
It
spectacular
was really good,
spoof.
yeah. I was shocked.
Good job. Good job. There you go.
Yeah, that was
Round
an
of applause for the
applause for-
ladies. I still think that would be fantastic to do an all-female version of this. But the only thing about it is that if I'm trying to, because I feel like it would be more exciting if you didn't know. Do you know what I mean? Like if you
didn't know,
if you didn't know that it was going to be performed by women. Like I would say a stage
Or
version
if
would
you-
be more exciting because then it would be a surprise for the audience. But that's the thing, is how do you bill it if you don't know? Do you know what I mean? Because I think it'd be fascinating if
Yeah.
like curtain opens and like it's all women. You're like, oh shit, what? Do you know what I mean? Because it'd be exciting. But then you
Yeah.
couldn't. It'd be hard because how would you sell it to people to even go?
How would you make that trailer? Because there's because you're not supposed to see the court case either.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would just be the judge giving them that closing statement.
I mean, that's the same thing. Like if they were going to do an all-female version of it. That's basically what I'm saying is like it's almost impossible to sell the idea of doing it because the surprise of it would be the excitement of it, like not knowing that it was going to be women performing this. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Like I would say maybe if it was like a live television event
Ooh, maybe.
and maybe you were advertising it one way, and then all of a sudden when the live television event happened, you can't stop now. You gotta go on with the show. And it's all women. And I feel like Tina Fey should be one of them. I'm throwing that out there.
I like single location films.
Oh yeah, like
I like stuff like that a
I
lot.
also like time constraint films.
Yeah.
Those make me so happy. Like Empire Records, or
so good.
the one
Go on.
only movie by Ron Howard that I like, The Paper.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh my god, that's a fantastic fucking movie. The only one I like of his. I have not enjoyed any of his other movies. I've tried. Don't say I haven't made an effort. 'Cause I've watched a bunch of his goddamn
Who's
movies.
saying that?
A lot of people.
Why?
Because they're offended that I don't like his goddamn movies. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. It's not my fault you like mediocre shit.
He does the voice and I mean he doesn't direct.
No, I don't
he does
mind
the-
him acting. I think that's fine. I just don't think he's a very good director. It's so boring. They're boring movies. A Beautiful Mind, boring. I could care less. Backdraft, boring. I could care less. Cocoon, I could care less.
Hey, some people like Cocoon.
Apollo 13, bleh, I don't care.
What? How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh my god, don't even get me started on that piece of shit.
What? Willow!
I didn't know he did that.
I
I'll give you
didn't
that
either.
one. I'll give you that one. Did he really direct that one?
That's what it says right here.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I
I'll
didn't
give
know-
you that. Okay,
I
so
didn't know
there's
he
two that I
directed
like.
Willow either.
I didn't hate Angels and Demons as much too.
Splash. I didn't know he directed Splash. I guess I should have known.
Actually, I feel like I did kind of know.
Yeah.
But again, not gonna lie, it's kind of boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, the excitement of it lasts for like the first viewing, and then after that, it's like, how long until we get to the end of that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
And that's why The Paper, I think, is so successful, because it's such a heart racing, like, oh my god, thank god I got the thing before the end of, you know, so they can print the news the next morning or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got to be the correct fucking news. So it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's exciting. And Glenn Close and Michael Keaton are in it. Like, And Marissa Tomei, oh my god, she's so good in that movie. It's so good. It really is. It's very good. Good job, Ron Howard. And fucking Ron Howard's brother's got to be in all of his goddamn movies. Like,
you say it like it's like a weird obligation.
it is. Like, and if you ever see him, he's not like, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's definitely somebody's brother. Like, why are you even in this movie?
Good stuff.
Yeah, very good. See, even that, like, all the proving the evidence wrong is so much fun. That's
Well-
the kind of stuff I would do. I would be nitpicky about, like, oh, wait a minute now. That old-ass man with his limp would never be able to get to his door in 15 seconds.
He said 20.
I
He
couldn't
said
even do it.
15.
I couldn't even get there in 15 seconds. And I'm young. Well, then I love when they described the woman who testified that she saw from across the street, and she was not wearing her glasses, famously.
Yeah.
Did
Did you notice those indents in the side of her
indents
nose?
on the side of her nose. I loved that. I love that. But they also described her like, you know, she had just dyed her hair. She was wearing clothes that were too young for her. She was trying to make herself look appealing.
Yeah.
And kind of like the old man that testified too. It was like he was getting attention of some sort,
Yeah.
which the old man explained, or the old man juror, older man juror,
Yeah.
explained that,
he
which I
looks
kind of
most
love.
familiar to me.
Oh, the older, he does look familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juror number 9. What's his name?
And this is another reason that I think it would
Joseph
work
Sweeney.
to have women do this, because they don't even know their names.
I like that. Like, all right, so I get it. It's like a moment of compassion or whatever. Humanity is like restored or what? Because like this movie is like studied a bunch about like, you know, humanity and like blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but I didn't want to know their names. So when they introduced each other at the end, I was like, like that was my least favorite part of the movie.
Was that in the play?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I felt like that was kind of pointless. And especially since they just said, okay, well, have a good day, bye. It's not like they were going to go get coffee together all of a sudden and become friends. Like, he's like, oh, okay, bye. And then runs off. Well, seriously. Like, knowing his name made no difference whatsoever at the end of this movie. Yeah, that was kind of stupid. Oh, Piglet. You time him, Piglet.
I like the little bickering between their statements from all the men.
Mm-hmm.
Like how Piglet was waiting for the hand to hit 60 and like the other people were like, go on now, blah, blah, blah. Like just how angry all these men are. I love it.
Well, it is 12 of them, and they are angry, and they are men.
It's true.
12 angry men.
It's true. I did also want Henry Fonda to speed it up, though, how he's walking with his limp.
Well, but that's kind of the point, is that... And he did. He sped it up a little bit. Because they told him to, and he's like, fine, I will.
I would exercise the thought that if there were adrenaline involved, the old man would be able to move quicker. But
True.
my favorite
But at the same
part,
time, still,
like, where-
that walk from where he's saying that he did all that, there's no way. There's no way.
Sure.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Where my doubt came
I
in.
love the
where I
apartment, by
was
the way,
turned.
with the long hallway to the back. It's so creepy and awesome. It's like I would
John's
put all
scoping
kinds
out
of
floor
like
plans.
I would put like creepy wallpaper with some wainscoting and some chair railing, and then put weird portraits and really tall
Ooh,
frames,
yeah.
tall thin frame portraits of like Tim Burton looking characters, and then I would have
Where eyes-
just horrible
where-
lighting.
It looks like the eye holes were cut out and they came back in.
Yes. Scooby Doo. It'd be a Scooby Doo hallway. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. I would totally do that. Absolutely. And then you'd be like, do I want to go to John's apartment?
No, I would love
Or
that.
do I want to die?
I'm gonna do that here.
But you don't have a hallway.
I don't
You can make
really
this
have
into
a...
one. You could put a little divider. People have to
I
walk through
could.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
then
yeah.
they'd be like obligated to walk through it.
And it would have a weird bump because you'd have to have that,
The vent.
the vent bump, so that
so it'd
the
be
vent's
weirdly
still coming
cold
in here.
too, always.
No, I'm saying the bump would be so that the air would come into this room.
Oh no, I would just make that hall really cold so people would get like chills when they entered my home.
Are they multiplying?
Yeah. They'll lose control.
Oh.
Ideally.
Actually, that would be spectacular.
Yeah.
I think you should do that.
I have
Do you think they would mind? What is she constructing in there? And you should do forced perspective so it looks a lot longer than it is.
Obvious.
And get a conveyor belt so it takes longer for them to get.
The electric bill.
Well, you only have to turn it on when somebody comes over.
That's true, but still.
And you should make it so that it's like incorporated into all, so nobody notices that it's doing that. Like the Haunted Mansion, you
Yes.
gotta play tricks on people. Like this slow moving carpet that's just like,
Anyway, where I got my doubt in the film was when they were discussing the woman and the old man's testimonies and how they fit together, or rather how they didn't fit together.
Yes.
And the old man said, I'm gonna kill you. He heard a body hit the floor, and then he
And it
ran
would-
over
yeah.
and he saw somebody leaving. But the woman said she saw the boy herself stab his father through the passing cars on the L train. But the L train is far too loud for the old man to have heard those statements and
Yes.
heard a body hit the floor, and
Yep.
so they had to have happened separately.
Yes.
And
That's
so,
true.
And so that's why I was like, or that's when I was like, reasonable doubt.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, from the get-go. There's
Well-
reasonable doubt all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And if you were actually paying attention, I mean, I feel like if you're in the jury, it would be a daunting, because they said they were there for how many?
It was 6 days.
6 days
Yeah.
of testimony and stuff like that. And they only had 2 witnesses. So what the fuck? Seriously.
Yeah.
What the fuck else were they doing for that many days?
Oh my goodness, that had to have been terrible.
Horrifying. Lots of recesses. No wonder he went out and bought a switchblade. It's like, this is awful. I'm gonna go buy a switchblade.
Yeah, he went through the kid's neighborhood, bought a switchblade, and came back.
There was something, what was that? It was,
Not guilty.
oh my gosh, what was it? It was like a podcast or a documentary that I watched or something
Mm-hmm.
that was similar to this, where they're like, all the witness stuff didn't quite match up. Like, it was like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they did have a lot of witnesses, but none of it matched up very well, because everybody kind of has their own idea of what they thought they saw or what they thought they heard.
Right.
Based on the fact that they found out something happened. in their neighborhood. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
I can't remember what that was called, but
yeah,
it was
and
so
don't
good.
underestimate like people trying to fit what they thought to what.
Confirmation bias.
Yes.
Yes.
Guilty.
Seriously, it's
Yeah.
such a fascinating thing. And in fact, I believe that particular case that I'm thinking of is what
The vote is now.
has caused, or it was like the initial one that everybody was like, wait a minute.
Eyewitnesses can't be trusted.
Yeah, like it
Yeah.
was like a,
Well, even your memory is kind of bonk because the more you try to recall something, the less you actually recall.
it was the woman that was murdered, her son eventually went, he was the one that made the documentary, I believe, and he went to all the people that he knew were witnesses or whatever and re-interviewed them. I can't remember how it all came across, but anyway, eventually he found out that one of the people was with his mother when she passed away, and as far as he knew, she was alone when she died. So he was like, it was a big, beautiful moment to find out that she actually did have somebody with her when she passed away,
Oh.
and it was quite lovely. I cried.
Of course.
I cried. I actually cried at the end of this.
Yeah. At the end of this movie?
Yes.
I may have cried too when I first watched it.
Oh yeah, I think I did when
When he crumbles and he's
when
like
the
not
fun-
guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the last vote turns over. Also, juror number 10.
Is he the racist?
Yeah, that guy right there.
Yeah.
He's the big old racist. And
throwing
he's like,
garbage
these
everywhere.
people, yeah, they all crumble up. Their
Well, that's a
little
thing back
cups
in the
and they
day,
just
too.
Toss it. Littering, yeah.
Littering and like flicking cigarettes everywhere. I mean, and this is not just in films; it happened in real life. Sure. But I
Yeah.
was like, y'all gotta kill everybody.
Shuffling through trash.
No wonder there was all kinds of horrible fires and murders. Oh, here comes the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes
Also,
the rain
the
again.
backdrops. I guess Henry Fonda worked on an Alfred Hitchcock film.
Oh, Rope.
Was it that? No, no, flannel suit is juror number 9. Hold on, and that wasn't Hitchcock. Oh, what was it? Maybe. I thought it had more words. I thought it was more of a sentence. But yeah,
Are you talking about the backdrop and the doing things?
I'm talking about the movie Henry Fonda was in with Alfred
Yeah, but I'm
Hitchcock
trying
right
to.
before this.
Why are you bringing it up?
Because he did not like the backdrop, and he was like, "This is not what Hitchcock's backdrops look like." like
That's what
coming
I'm
on
saying.
set and being like
Because
upset.
Rope was famous for its backdrop. It
Oh,
was
really?
like it was very intricate,
Mm-hmm.
and it was because Rope was technically supposed to be play style, where it was supposed to be one take, and he didn't get to do it in one take because film reels weren't that long. You couldn't actually physically
Oh,
do it.
sure. That's
he
why
would-
he couldn't do it.
Yes, ma'am. Which I think
Well,
I
we could have
think
just
that-
started another camera
that right
at the
there-
same time and let them run over each other.
Well, he did do things like that to kind of get it to. Ma'am, would you calm down?
I'm just being sassy.
Stop it.
I'm halfway
'Cause that's
into
a
one
brilliant
beer,
piece of
John.
film. But anyway, the backdrop was done with timers and like like lights would come on at certain points in the background, so the cityscape would like the sun was going down, moon was coming out, and the clouds were made of like this spun glass that would be able to change colors.
Ooh.
It was very fascinating.
Yeah.
But like, so if you're ever watching the film and just specifically watch the backdrop, it will change based on what time it is in the play. Which, like I said, Rope was originally a stage play,
Yeah.
and he tried to get it as close as possible. But I think that would be a fascinating one to make a to
film?
redo, yeah. Because now you could do
Yeah.
it in one take,
It's all digital.
and
Tell me.
you can have the homosexuals in there and not have to cut it out because you don't want the homosexuals in it. Because of the MPAA or whatever it's called.
No, the Motion Picture Association of America?
There you go. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
MPAA? Yeah, seriously. Because they had to change the relationships because they were like, well, we can't have them being gay. Even though that...
Are you joking? Children could see
actual
this.
Children could see it.
And it
Jimmy
could-
Stewart's not a homosexual!
It'll make them gay.
It'll make them all homos.
That's a damn stupid thing to do.
That sounds like me. That would be me.
Yes.
That's a damn stupid thing to do.
Yeah, but what reminded me of that is that the backdrop is actually a little like off as far as perspective goes.
Oh,
we just
yeah.
went into it.
Oh, this movie makes me thirsty.
So is it because of how often they're walking over to that water cooler, drinking their little
I
cones
would've
of water, and then
cones of
crumbling
water.
them and tossing them on the floor?
You couldn't reuse your goddamn cone.
Right. There's.
It
And
wasn't
it looks
that-
like
what-
there's like 3 left.
I swear that was in a movie or something where somebody had one of those cone paper cups
Uh-huh.
and they'd fold it up and put it in their pocket.
That was me in real life.
Was that you?
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it
that
could've
wasn't.
been. I
That
don't
wasn't.
know.
I don't remember the last time I had a cone water, but
I can't remember
I mean,
what that
I would
was.
fold it, and I would absolutely. Yeah.
I want to say it was probably Jason Schwartzman in like Rushmore or
Oh,
something
that
like
sounds like
It
it
sounds
would be.
like it would be.
Jason Schwartzman in anything.
I fell out of your hair that way.
Huh? What was that?
It was from that movie. What was that movie? Slackers? Where Jason Schwartzman, he's like collecting hair from this girl. And he makes a hair doll out of it, and then at the end of the movie, when it falls out of his jacket or something, he's like, "It fell out of your hair that way." I'm always like, "That's the funniest fucking shit." Then what was it? The Pete and Pete guy was in that, and he sang a song with his dick. It's fantastic.
Danny Tamborelli?
I don't know.
The one with the mermaid tattoo?
No, the older one.
Oh, I don't know that guy.
The other Pete.
They
who
did
cares?
a podcast, didn't they? Or did a radio show?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think they did a podcast together. A traveling thing. They did a traveling thing,
That's fun.
and I didn't get to see them. I wanted to see them.
Remember the names of the movies you saw because you wasn't there that night.
Even
Oh, like
though-
a traveling show, like
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
just
they
about
did
the
a traveling
podcast.
show. It was like a
I was like,
juggling
whoa,
thing.
what are you gonna do? Track them down on the highway? Like, hey,
I
want to be on your
They were
podcast.
just recording in the car on the road.
This woman's nuts. Get her in here.
I've been following your Twitter.
I know where you are.
You have your geocaching on.
Oh my god.
No.
Please do that.
No, I don't think I have the energy.
Well, that and like the capacity to move from one moving car to another. I mean, that's very Indiana
I'll just
Jones.
channel my inner Sarah Connor.
Oh, look, you went for that. I went for Indiana Jones.
Yeah, well, those are
I mean,
the
I feel like that happens a
types
lot
of
in
people we
movies.
are. Oh.
Jumping from one car to another.
Maybe.
Surprisingly,
I'm sure
I
it's like
think
in
it
a
does.
Fast and Furious movie.
Oh god.
Maybe Too Fast, Too Furious.
Probably
Maybe
all
Fast
of them.
8.
Tokyo
Maybe
Drift.
Fates. Fast Fates.
Fate of the Fasts.
Oh, it's probably Fate of the Fast and Furious. You're right.
Oh my god, I was joking. Is that a movie?
It's probably it.
I was totally making up that title.
No, because there's like an 8 and an F. It's like Fate
Oh
of the.
god,
Yeah.
stop it.
I mean, I've seen the first one.
I have not seen any of those things.
None?
No.
Dude,
why would I
people
watch
love
that?
them.
I know they do.
They like
and I don't
love
understand it.
them.
Like when I saw Charlize Theron in one of the trailers, I was like, really, Charlize? You're gonna go for one of those? Really?
Oh, I think I know. Did I see?
She's
I saw
probably in the one you were talking about, 8 of the Fury.
8 for the money.
Oh, by the way, I'm in the middle of the Godzillas,
Uh-huh.
and I got to
Good choice.
destroy all monsters,
Ooh.
and it is the same plot as the one I just watched. King of Monsters.
Oh!
It's
yeah.
the same plot. I was like, oh my god, I've seen this. Only with much better special effects. But it's the same scenario where they want to release the monsters on cities to deplete the population.
Yeah, because,
to
like, there's
regrow
too many.
our world better. And I was like, oh my god, I've seen this. I know what happens.
They
Godzilla
are
will come
our
out,
immune system.
And he'll be in that same goddamn suit.
Was Mothra as gorgeous as ever?
No, Mothra was her worm version
Oh.
in that particular one. Well, so far. I haven't finished it. Maybe
Okay.
she bursts into her wings
And saves the day as she would because she is the best.
she's not a moth enough in the older Godzilla movies.
She was flopping
She's
around.
mostly just the worm thing, and I'm like, kind of sick of the worm. Fling your wings, baby, fling your wings. You know?
Yeah. Also, I think it's funny that you said fling instead of spread.
Fling your wing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it rhymes better.
you're right.
Spread your
Spread your wings is just like a saying that people say.
Fly!
That's enough.
Fly!
Fly!
So high, you make me touch the sky. Thank you, and something. I don't know the words. It's a Bette Midler song. The wind beneath my wings.
Yes.
Did you know that that's what I was singing?
I did
badly?
know that, yeah. I did know that.
My mom always loved that song.
I dug that song.
I
I'm not your mother,
I still have
but-
it on my iTunes
iPad.
library. I have all Bette Midler's music.
Every last one?
I believe so, as far as I know. I enjoy Bette Midler.
That's a lot of music, isn't it?
What are you gonna do?
I'm thinking of Barbra Streisand.
I have all hers too.
That's a lot of music.
I think I did cut some out.
Oh.
I cut out some live ones because I was like, I really don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't need them as much as I need like the Broadway album or the
Yeah.
albums.
Okay. Here they go.
Oh, what are you
The
talking about?
switchblade.
Oh, they're talking about the angle of
Yeah.
the blade.
Yeah. Well, he flicked it out for you.
That guy looks familiar too. They all look
See?
fucking familiar.
Anyone who's ever used this
He kind of looks like Jeff Goldblum.
What?
I said it was because he also kind of looks like Jeff Goldblum.
A little bit, yeah.
These men just had children, and these children are also celebrities.
What, these particular men right now?
Yeah.
In the movie?
Henry Fonda,
Well, of course Henry Fonda.
okay, and Piglet.
Piglet had babies
Maybe.
that are famous?
What do you? Why can't he?
No, I'm saying I just didn't know that.
I'm just
sorry. Wait a minute, what are you talking about? They had babies? Like they gave birth while they were on this episode?
Yes. Yeah, they give birth. They get a phone call, and
Hey.
yeah, the bailiff comes in and he's like, excuse me, men. It appears that all of your wives are in labor. So you really need to wrap up this decision.
Could
Is it
you
guilty
guys
or
please
not guilty?
smoke cigars and wait in the waiting room? You're not
Also,
allowed
that
in
guy right there, juror number 3,
Mm-hmm.
The Exorcist. He was in The Exorcist.
Girl, I would never remember that.
All right. Well, he was also in something else.
He was in How I Met Your Mother.
Was he?
I'm joking. I have no idea. Just pull that out of my
That's like that
butt.
show's got like 12 seasons. What, you think I watched all of them?
No.
And you think that maybe he didn't have
I
an appearance
honestly
on How I
have
Met
never
Your
seen
Mother?
any episode of that show. Isn't that the guy with the good dick in that show?
What are you talking about? Who? Him?
No, not the How I Met Your Mother show.
What about How I Met Your Mother? He's not in How I Met Your Mother that I know of.
The sexy guy with the dick.
Who?
I don't know. He was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh,
with his
Jason
penis.
Segel?
Yeah.
What about him?
Wasn't he in How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
The guy with the good dick.
Is that what a good dick looks like?
Yeah, that was a good dick. I have it in high definition for that exact reason. You think I'm kidding?
No, I don't think you're kidding. Maybe our
I
audience
almost
does
put it on
because
the
they
other day
maybe
'cause I
haven't
was
listened
thinking
to all
about it
the
and I was like,
episodes.
I want to see his dick again. I should probably put it in soon.
See him slapping it back. Just
that's-
pull up a GIF.
Oh, that's a good
I'm
idea.
sure there's just GIFs of him slapping her around.
Oh, please tell me there are.
You
know, there's-
who was that? Kristen Bell. Just
Do you know
slapping
how
at
many,
Kristen Bell.
like, you know how you look those things up on your Safari on your phone?
Sure.
I leave those up there on different tabs so I can just go back to it later.
Oh, I don't close a damn tab.
There's like that one kid from that show. Oh god damn it! What's that show? The one about the guys that work at a job.
Go
The short
Workaholics.
Workaholics. Yes, that main dude, the short one, the hot one. He put his dick in a movie, Dick and Balls, and I was like, "Whoa, hey!" That was
The
hot.
short guy, the guy that was on Pitch Perfect as
Yep,
well.
yep. He's got a good dick and balls. Why do we always? I always bring up dick and balls, and
Yeah.
we're not even. I mean, this is 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
There's penises in that room.
Yeah, they're not exposed.
No, that would
That
be
would be
interesting.
pornographic film. Do you think there's a 12 Angry?
Dicks.
Yeah, 12 Angry cocks.
I mean, it could just be 12 angry men, and then they just have sex.
Well, I mean, isn't porn known for its silly names?
Oh, you're right. 12 angry chubs. Well, that's what she was. It was a chub in the Amy Schumer one.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They had to stand up to prove whether or not they had a semi for her. Like he didn't want. It was Paul Giamatti, and he didn't want to stand up, and he finally stood up, and he had a full erection. I was mad they didn't show it though. I was like, come on, Comedy Central. This right here, I love this blocking
Yeah.
when he reveals that he's racist, and they all get up and move.
Yeah, he gets real racist.
Oh yeah.
And he goes on a racist rant.
And he's basically trying to get everybody else on his side, like, hey, you know what I mean? These people.
Yeah, they're liars. That's all they know how to do is lie.
And hey, not the case, dude. Just because they got a different skin color than you, fucker.
Yeah, also, I would have thought that boy was racially ambiguous. What is he,
I mean,
Egyptian?
I kind of thought that he was definitely something other than white.
He definitely wasn't white, but
Is
I
it
was
bad that
like,
a lot of the times I just don't know what all the different races are, and I never know what to say. You know, somebody will be like, "Well, was he?"
he was a person of color.
He was a person that was not white, and I don't know how else to say it. Because I don't know, like, you know, like, is he Egyptian? I don't know. Is he Indian? I don't
Maybe,
know.
but maybe I'm thinking of Funny
Is
Girl.
he Mexican? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
That
Like,
guy
I don't
was
know.
Egyptian in Funny Girl, right? Yes.
Omar Sharif?
Mhm.
It's always
Yes, because there was the 6-Day War that was happening at the thing. He was Egyptian. He had to be
always
Really?
because it was controversial. Yeah.
It was?
Or maybe
know what the truth is.
I'm loving your facts because I don't know this.
yeah, because there was the 6-Day War was happening.
When Funny Girl was being made?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he was really famous from,
Probabilities we
I mean, we'll get into that, obviously.
Yeah, it was
but
Israel and Egypt.
he
that were
was
fighting.
in Dr. Zhivago,
but we have
which
a
I
reason
tried to
for that.
watch and bored me to fucking death.
Ooh.
I got to the intermission, I was like, oh, hell no, I ain't going further than this. That's like, what is that movie? The horrible white woman on a hill. As God is my
Misery.
witness, I'll never go hungry again.
Maybe you
Oh.
can tell us.
Um,
Go on.
Gone with the Wind.
You make some excellent
Oh, okay.
I bought it on Blu-ray because my ex-boyfriend loved that movie.
Interesting.
Don't know why. And I was like, I'll watch it just to try to give it another shot. Because I do remember watching it younger, and I was like, Like, even as a young kid, I was like, this white bitch, I feel so bad for her. She had to make a dress out of her velvet curtains. Oh, what a shame. You fucking white-ass bitch in the middle of the Civil War, and you're saying, as God is my witness, I'll never go hungry again? Why don't you go fuck yourself, white bitch? Hate it. I hate that whole movie. I hate the story. I hate the whole thing.
turn for over an hour, unable to sleep.
I really do. I don't like it. Anyway, so I was like, I'll give it another shot because you love it so much. So we got to the intermission. I was like, oh, fuck no. I am not sitting through any more of this shit. I'm not. That's annoying.
But she got
Ew.
the boy in the act
How could
of
anybody
saving
sit through
his
that?
father. As far
Oh.
as I can see it, this is
Anyway, I'm sorry.
testimony.
That's a long fucking movie.
Yeah.
Anytime I get to an intermission and I'm like, you mean there's more? Like, if that's how I feel, I usually don't finish it.
Well,
Sorry, guys. I gave it a shot. I gave it till intermission.
I've never seen it, so.
Which one?
Gone with the Wind.
Did you ever see Dr. Zhivago?
No.
Yeah, don't.
Are you joking? I don't watch movies.
Do a Cliff's Notes version.
See if I can find a YouTube
Hopefully Amy
compilation
Schumer
of
will
best
spoof
moments.
it. Then you can watch
Yeah,
that.
hopefully. And then I'll be like, I bet this was close.
Oh my God, we should do that.
I don't know what
we
it
should start
contains.
a YouTube channel where we just kind of like spoof movies that are too long and just make like a 3-minute video.
Oh, with 3-minute summary?
Yeah. Oh, is that a thing?
No.
Oh.
No, I said it like it was a title of something, but it's not a title of something that I know of.
Oh, so copyright, trademark.
That's not how that works.
We said it first. It's published. It's published as of right now.
You don't even give them a date or time. And they're like, in this moment?
Whatever, you can look it up on our fucking website or something. We don't have a
Perfect.
website.
Nailed it.
On Podbean. Whenever this was posted, that's exactly when the copyright started.
Monday.
Monday,
November something.
November blue
25th.
25th. There you go.
Are
That's
you
all
looking
need
at
to
your
know.
rings? Is that?
No, I
You close them?
yeah, I closed them.
Okay.
I'm good.
I asked about that was because
Okay, doke. Well, excellent. Yeah. Cool.
you made a gesture that reminded me.
I think we should do that.
I'm trying to settle something here.
Yeah, I think some
Maybe it
people
should be
might be asking for us to record ourselves doing this
Now then,
for a video.
Oh, true. Well, this could be a spin-off. It could be like we could use our 1 Foot channel
Uh-huh.
on the YouTubes,
Mm-hmm.
and we could just post a little
1 foot summary.
1 Foot summary, and it will be like us summarizing long-ass movies that nobody wants to watch.
oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I mean, I guess
Because of your
I like
would we
summarizing
have to
all
watch
movies.
them? Oh, we could do it for all movies?
Your eyeglasses
Yeah.
give those too deep impression.
Or
Okay.
not.
Or not. We can't guarantee any of this because that's a lot
Well,
of work.
John, we're not going to do any
If
of
we
this.
get paid, then maybe.
we still, there's still no guarantee.
Well, that's true.
I've never worn eyeglasses.
Yeah, so.
Oh, they finally got to the eyeglass part.
Listen, will you come on over?
Well, this movie is like 90 minutes. Well, 97 minutes.
Oh, is it? Oh, you know, I feel bad. I picked a really long fucking movie.
You did.
I thought about that. I was like, should it be in 2 parts? I don't know. It's really long.
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine is 97 minutes. 94 of it in one room.
I didn't think of it then.
There you go.
I've been going over.
Mine is way longer and has lots of sets.
Yeah, lots of locations. Several countries even.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it.
This woman was
Oh, you did watch it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so
I
excited.
watched all of them.
Well, I know, but I knew because I told you recently. Like, when did I tell you about it?
A week ago? What are you playing with?
Oh god,
Stop it.
styrofoam. I can't help it. I'm fidgeties or something. I don't know. So now one of the last ones is convinced because of the glasses.
Well, the logical one.
The logical one, who wears glasses.
Yeah. And he
that's
remembers
why-
everything about the case.
Yes. And that's why he
He's right. I saw him too.
finally agrees not guilty because he wears glasses and he was like, oh shit, if this woman says that she saw what she saw, she would have had to have had her glasses on.
And nobody
she
wears glasses
wouldn't
when
have
they go to
because she
sleep.
was in bed. And
Yeah.
she was specifically told them many times she was in bed and
Mm-hmm.
glanced out the window, which is right next to the window. But she would not have been able to see because she wouldn't have had her glasses on. She would have had to go get her glasses where
Strange, but I didn't think about
if she did go put her glasses on, the time it would have taken to do that, she would have missed the whole thing.
Yeah.
So she did not see what she said she saw.
it. I didn't think of it either. But what about
Look at that.
Well, he remembered. He remembered that what was it, juror number 9?
The older man, yeah.
Yeah. He like pointed out like the indents on juror number 4's face.
He kept like rubbing that spot.
Yeah. And juror number 4 was like, no, she definitely had those indents. I remember. I was, yeah. Like,
But it
he
didn't
remembers all
occur
the
to anybody
details.
that it meant anything until now.
Yeah. She was getting all glammed up. Yeah.
No one wears eyeglasses to bed.
Yep.
No.
Nobody wears eyeglasses to bed.
See you turn
Oh.
And back then, they didn't have contacts. Did they have contacts back then?
Oh, I don't know when contacts started.
Well,
I got perfect vision.
do you really? You don't wear glasses?
No.
I have no idea why, but I thought you wore glasses. Why did I think that? Where's your glasses now?
When did you?
I have no clue. Don't ask me.
Contacts were invented in 1887, y'all.
Oh, then why didn't she have... Well, she wouldn't have worn contacts to bed either. And especially back then, they were probably these heavy-ass pieces of glass that you'd stick in your eyeball.
Yeah, it was followed by 1938, first plastic lens, and 1950 was the first lens to cover only the cornea.
What? Only the corn... What did it cover before? Did it wrap around your fucking eye? Why the fuck would you do that?
I don't know, to
Oh,
look
hell
younger.
No. No. No.
Oh my goodness. You know how you see those old space helmets that are like big glass domes?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine that
That's
in
what
your
it is on your
eyeball.
eye. Actually, now that you mention it, I feel like Jason has weird ones that are like... They make your eye like a yellow with slits in it.
Oh, that's like a thing.
So that would cover your eye, so I guess it would be like that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ew, do they show it? Do they show it on an eyeball? old eye?
Ooh, it's like Clockwork Orange where they're like prying open people's eyes to shove these things in.
Oh my god.
Ugh. Cool.
Oh no.
What
Okay,
is
well yeah.
that?
So this woman
1948, yes.
how do you get how does it ew, never mind. I don't want to know. I don't wear them. I don't want them.
Do you have glasses?
I do, but I don't wear them very often. Because what am I saying to you? I
don't
technically
wear-
only need them if I'm like driving, because I can't read signs far off or whatever, or like street names. But I would only wear them if I didn't know where I was going. Does that make sense? Like, cause
Yeah.
if I know where I'm going, I really don't need them because I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Well, and we've got GPS nowadays, so I really don't need to read a sign.
Yeah, you just need to
I just
listen
need
to
listen
the...
to the hot Australian guy tell me where to turn. Because yes, I have the hot Australian voice as my default.
I have the Australian voice too.
It makes me
But-
so happy when he's like, "Please turn right."
But I also
Oh, I will.
I turned it to Australian and then I turned the voices off entirely right after.
Why?
Because
How do you use your GPS? Do you use it at all?
I will put it in and then more often than not I'll look at the overview part where it shows you like the list of like turn left at this, turn right at that, blah blah blah. That works out better for me. To have the steps.
Honestly, half the time I can't hear the guy because it interrupts my music.
Yeah, I
but then
don't want it
can't
to
hear
interrupt
him.
my podcast. Like,
But I actually, because I have the watch, it does it on my watch too. Like it'll start vibrating
does
when
it
I
vibrate?
need
Okay.
to turn. And you can look at your watch and it says, in 4.5 miles, turn left. Or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
So, I mean, it doesn't say it. It's on the screen, it shows you.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Okay.
Technology sometimes can be good.
Maybe I'll get a watch. And just check my watch while I'm driving, like this.
Yeah, I need a new one. Because it fell apart. And that's why it
Yeah.
has a protective screen on it now to keep it together.
Good.
Yeah, Apple, you hear that?
Send me a new watch. And send me a watch entirely. Oh, look, him and his son.
Oh, here it is. Oh, this is it.
Yeah, he's
We're at
having
the
an
end.
emotional breakdown about his own child that he beat into a man. And then
Which I
stopped
kind of
talking to him.
figured was going to be his breakdown.
Well, yeah, I thought he was going to break down sooner about his kid. I didn't think he was going to be the last one.
Honestly, yeah. I'll agree with that. I thought he would break earlier.
Yeah. And they brought it up sooner.
But it was sad. It kind of made me sad.
Yeah.
And especially if you think about the toxic masculine kind of thing that him saying that he beat it into his son or whatever, be manly. So for him to even have this breakdown is a big deal.
Yeah.
And he would be horribly embarrassed by it. Which is why he doesn't lift his head up until everybody's out of the room except for Henry. And Henry picks him up and gets him out of there.
And gives him a little kiss.
They make out.
Yeah, they're gay now.
He's like, I always knew I liked men. Now where's that dildo?
Henry Fonda pulls it out of his pocket just like
Here
the
it
knife.
is.
Yeah.
And they did this part exactly the same too. At the end of the Schumer. I'm glad you told me to watch it. It made me very happy.
The Schumer was
It's so good.
It was stupid good.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
That
Best
gave us
thing
more
she's
to
done.
talk about on our episode of 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, because I was gonna bring it up because I really do enjoy it. I like when a lot of things parody it because I'm sure there's like I think Simpsons may have done a
Oh, probably.
parody.
Oh, that would have been a good one. to look at.
and I think Robot Chicken had one as well.
Sounds about right.
And I enjoy those. I enjoy those little bits where it's just like a bunch of people just like mad at each other in a room
Yeah.
in black and white. Yeah.
So, yeah, I liked it. I thought it was great.
I'm glad you liked it.
I'm glad that you made me watch it. Because I probably wouldn't have if you didn't make me.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that you would have just thought it was a boring movie.
And I would have spent the rest of my life not watching it. So, so yeah, I'm glad that I watched
None
it.
the wiser.
So what is your recommend?
Mary Poppins.
Are you for real?
No.
Oh,
No.
I was like, that's an interesting choice. Is it because of Feed the Birds?
Yeah, as he was
Chop
walking
it
out, it
back.
made me think of Dick
Actually,
Van Dyke. Yeah.
the what is it? National Trust Bank or whatever.
Yeah.
I did like the lingering here because you do.
Oh, it goes
see-
back to the high shots.
You see what's his name? The last breakdown guy. He's the last one to walk down the stairs. Right here. And he lingers on it.
Well, yeah, he's kind of like.
He's holding back
He had
because
a- he had a
doesn't
day.
wanna, he don't want anybody to come up to him, so he's the last one out.
You don't want to talk to nobody.
Then you got the roll call at the end. Roll call! So, no, what's your recommend for real? Let me watch Mary Poppins if you like, too.
Yeah, I mean, like, people can watch Mary Poppins.
For sure.
I did not think about it, and now I feel like a butt. Do you have one?
Well, for some reason, I was going to bring up one, but we've already recommended it to
One
people.
Flew Over the Cuckoo's
I was
Nest?
going to say Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah, I was
Or
trying
How
not to
There's
do.
Someone Left Alone, but
I was trying not to
because
do
that
Dr.
does kind of
Strangelove. Yeah.
fit this weirdly. Like, I feel like that would be a good pairing.
Yeah.
But
if you want a
gonna go
single
for-
location film, like, I don't know, like The Phone Booth.
Oh God, no! Please don't do that. Oh, a single location one. Ooh, I can't even think of one.
The Phone Booth was all
Oh,
I
you
could
know
think of
what?
in that
I know
moment.
what I'd recommend.
What?
Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Yeah,
Okay.
there's no courtroom, but you know. Oh, wait a minute, a courtroom scene. Then I would say Pink Flamingos.
Oh, Legally Blonde. If you like this, you'll like Legally
If
Blonde.
you like Legally Blonde, it's your favorite thing.
Yeah.
And Pink Flamingos, which has a fake courtroom at the end of the
Oh
movie
my
in the woods.
use caution when watching
Oh God,
Pink
please
Flamingos.
use caution, because if you don't want to see that, it's too late. You've already seen it.
Yeah.
If you want to see a very, very expressive butthole,
And Pink
Pink
Flamingos.
Flamingos.
Yeah, oh man, have I told you, like, the scene that got to me in Pink Flamingos? Oh, I'm not still thinking about it.
Oh my God, really?
No, I'll just gag a little. When they were...
Oh, is it the birds again?
No, it's when they're licking everything.
Oh.
I hated this.
Ah.
It's gross.
I like how that's the thing that's bothering
that's
you.
what
Of all the
bothered-
things in that movie.
In that movie, when Divine and her son
I think
go into, but he's not her actual
fellatio
son
happened
because
between them too.
because fellatio happens in that same scene.
I mean, it's incest would not surprise me. So it
but
probably
they're
is
like
your son.
they're licking everything in their competitors' home
Because they're all trying to be the trashiest
yeah
people. They're competing.
that- was the worst.
I can't believe that's what made you
Yeah,
gaggy.
that was the worst.
She eats dog poop, for God's sake.
Yeah, like whatever.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Dog
Yeah.
poop. That's
I mean,
great.
it was just like they were just like like they were just licking everything in someone else's home. Like, ooh, people are gross.
Of course. I do that when people aren't looking.
I cleaned my mouse today. What?
I'm joking. I'm totally joking.
I cleaned my mouse today, and I thought about how gross people are, and I was like,
I'm sorry.
I
Wait a
bet people don't
minute.
clean their mouse.
Your mouse?
Yeah, like my computer mouse.
Oh, I'm thinking. Do you have a pet mouse?
No.
And you haven't cleaned it?
First of
I
all,
mean, I
mice
guess-
are self-cleansing.
Self-cleansing, I guess. Yeah. I didn't think about that. You dirty mouse owner. And where is it? Is it just crawling around?
I would absolutely and I would probably have a rat before I had a mouse. I mean, because I've had a rat.
What was its name? Wow, really?
No, I was gonna say Braces, and I was like, Braces wasn't mine. Braces was my sister's. Even my sister had rats.
Okay.
She had a bunch. Rat queen.
Oh my. Okay, well anyway.
So, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, is that yours?
Yeah, I think I would recommend that. Or Legally Blonde if you want a courtroom.
Courtroom, yeah. I was trying to think of court kind of something. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, there's a movie called The Contender, but that's a more political thing.
The Godfather.
That could work.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say an old,
Or maybe just
good,
don't watch
black and white
any movie.
Don't watch anything.
Yeah.
Just
What are
go
you doing
home.
here?
Watch the Amy Schumer sketch.
Yeah, definitely watch that.
It's
That was
season
good.
3, episode, who knows?
12?
Something. Oh, 12.
Or
That would be
2?
funny. It's early. I think it might be episode 3 or something.
Yeah, it might be.
Anyway, so, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And join
Oh.
us later this week for our Thanksgiving special.
We have a Thanksgiving special coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we're going to do
Funny Girl.
Funny Girl, which is starring Bob Streisand. No, god damn it. And Omar Sharif. Okay, so bye.
Bye-bye.
Switchblades.